What's up, guys? Real Estate Bros back with another video. We're probably gonna have another week or so before we're doing an update on Malkowski. We are getting some work done over there, so stay tuned. But today we're gonna show you a slab that we got. So this is a new construction build that we're gonna be doing. Obviously we started it. We did that so we can get some electrical and stuff in place. And then we're put this on hold for now, and we're gonna hopefully start this maybe towards the end of summer. We have our well right here. We don't have any city water in this area, so that's how we get water. And I think that well went down about 250 feet, somewhere in that range. It cost about $24,000. So this slab is a 31 by 41. So by the time we put our 2x6 exterior wall in here, we'll have like 1,200 square feet of actual interior space on the bottom, and there is going to be an upstairs. So just stay tuned for the plans on that. We're gonna go inside in a little bit here and show you the plans. So we wait a couple minutes here, you'll get to see the actual drawings of the plans and stuff. It's just some simple drawings that I did myself. It's nothing professional, nothing crazy, but it'll give you a good look at everything. So this is gonna be our front door over here, roughly speaking. This is our main line for sewer. So it's going to drain right here. It's going to come to a septic. Our septic is going to be kind of over in this area. And then the drain fields are going to be all over here. And then they're going to drain down that hill down there. We do already have our permits for septic, so they're already in place. We had to do a soil test here. We had to get a actual soil scientist out here because the state wouldn't give us the permit. So he came out, tested the soil, told us what we need to do, said we're good, got his $1,900, and now we have a permit. So anyways, front door is going to be roughly right here. And then you'll walk in and there'll be like a little nook right here to put shoes or whatever. And then you'll walk into like a little laundry room here. That's for the laundry. And then we'll have like a window right in here. And if we walk back out of our laundry room, we'll walk down a small, but decent size, probably gonna be a 7-foot wide little hallway entryway. We'll come this way and we'll have a bathroom right here. That's gonna be the toilet and a sink. So that's gonna be a half bath right there. So we'll walk in right here and there's gonna be an office area. We're gonna have some windows out this way, and still deciding, we may do some windows on this side. So that's going to be the office. And you walk back out here and you walk into here. It's going to be the master bedroom. We're going to have 2 windows on each side of the bed, and they are going to be just about floor to ceiling. You might go like a foot above the floor all the way up to maybe a foot below the ceiling, something like that. Then over here, it's going to have a back door in the master bedroom. You'll be able to go out to a little patio area. It's not going to be giant, but it'll be a good space for sure. This is our main our water main right there. That's where we're going to get all our water from our well. That's plumbing. It's going to go to the upstairs bathroom. We're going to stack our bathrooms. That generally saves money if you can stack bathrooms. So it's going to be a master bathroom, and then on top of that, up in the air, about 9 feet. We're doing 9-foot ceiling, so it's going to be about 9 foot above that. We'll have our upstairs and secondary full bath. So downstairs, we're going to have a double vanity. And then if we, I guess let me finish explaining the bathroom. Toilet right here. And then this is going to be our shower drain and a tub. This will make a lot more sense when we're seeing the plans. This is our water line. We already have it connected to our main line. So this is our water for the water heater. The water heater is going to go right there. This is under the stairs right here, under the stairs. We have a pre-installed drain for any, mishaps, floods, stuff like that. So we'll walk back down the little hallway, and we're going to have a kind of small living room right here. It's going to be kind of small. And we're going to put a wall, so it'll be a pretty closed, kind of separate area. Just kind of wanted to create a difference between the spaces. So we'll have a living room, and then our dining room is going to be like kind of right here, and the dining room and the kitchen are all going to be kind of open as one. So this is where our kitchen island is going to go. We have our water for that. We have electrical and gas in here. We don't have electrical or gas in there yet, but we have our lines to where we can easily pull them in later. As you can see, we did pre-string them, so they'll be able to hook this string to their line and just pull it right through. Easy access. This is our gas right here. It goes all the way over to there. And then this is for the electrical. So this is going to come up in a wall inside of the pantry. So we're going to have a little kind of like a corner nook pantry right in here. It's going to be, for the house, it's going to be a really good pantry, but all things considered, it'll be pretty small. We're going to have our sink right here, be able to overlook, have a little window here, be able to look out back. Have a dishwasher in here, and then we're going to cook right here. We'll have a stove, and you'll be able to look this way, and it's going to open up to a nice big window, and you'll be able to see kind of like it's actually the side yard, but it's going to kind of be like the front yard where the main road is. So that's going to be cool. So yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff going on for this build. A lot of planning has gone into this, and we're excited to get started on it. For whatever reason, my voice is a little funny today. I'm not sick or anything, I just don't know if it's allergies or what, but anyways, we're gonna jump inside, show you guys the floor plan, show you some elevations on this thing, maybe go over some more details. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you inside. Alright, what's up guys? We made it inside. I'm gonna show you these plans that we have. So this is our well. We got our electric pole, parking area. That's where our septic was going, and the back porch. So this is where the front door was that we saw out there. our little nook for some shoes or coats or whatever. And then we're gonna have an open laundry room with a washer and dryer with the window right here. And then, you know, like I was saying, this is a pretty good little like foyer area. It's not too tight there. Have a little linen closet. Got our half bath for the guests. And then an office space, could be a bedroom, but this is actually going to be the office. And then walk in here with the master suite. Those two long windows right here, like I was saying, bed in the middle, door to the outside right here, door right here for the master closet. And then here is the master bathroom. You got that toilet, double vanity, shower, curbless. That's going to be a curbless shower. And then we got our tub. And this is just like a little knee wall. Be able to put some shampoos or whatever on there. And then walking back out of the master, you're going to go under the stairs right here. And this is where the water heater is going to be. Should be plenty of room for like a water filtration system for the whole house, stuff like that too. Especially being on a well, that's something we will get eventually. We're not going to build it with the house, but we can add that on easily later. And then you'll walk over here. That was the kind of smaller living room like we were talking about. And then the open kitchen, dining room area. We got our fridge, a little bit of cabinet space, decent sized pantry, a little bit more cabinets, our sink, cooktop. We're going to do a pull out trash can right here. And then a back door for the main living area, back door to the porch. Probably going to set our AC pad somewhere in here and a propane tank. That propane tank will supply the cooktop, and then it will also come up here and supply propane for like a little outdoor fireplace. So that's kind of the general overview right there. We had a couple other plans. You know, we just kind of run a few different plans till we find something that we want. Here's another plan. This was the open floor plan. But we decided to kind of separate the spaces a little bit. That's kind of coming back now. So this is a good mixture. Have closed off living, but still a nice big open area too. This is kind of what our structure is going to look like here. And then we're going to do an open web floor truss. And with a box in it so we can run our AC easily. And then this also just makes all of our plumbing and wiring and things like that a lot easier to run through here. No cutting, nothing like that. Then we have our 2x6 exterior wall, double top plate, OSB. And then this is kind of a view, if you were to look at this part right here from the front basically. We'll have our floor truss, and then we'll have our roof truss sitting on top of that. And then that's going to transfer the load directly down to our stud, down to the bottom. And this is some blocking here, and then a flat blocking here, and that will keep everything from moving and racking one way or the other. Here's some dimensions for everything. See, we're probably going to do a 2x10 here. We may upgrade that, maybe do a 2x12. We'll see. Gonna have some knee walls right here. That's kind of where our stairs are in the plan, so these will come and stop right there. This is our end wall, so this would be like a wall right here. And then that's what that's gonna look like. So it'll be our first wall, and then a second wall built on top of that. And then we're gonna start with our floor trusses right there. So we'll walk up the stairs right here. This will be an open foyer area, storage, playroom, anything like that. And you walk into the utility room. This is where we're gonna have like our AC stuff can be up here, some of our ductwork stuff. Um, we're gonna try to put the electrical panel up here and just keep everything nice and neat. We'll have a secondary bedroom here on both sides of the house and here. So this one's a little bit smaller. And then we got a little linen closet here, and then a closet here. Still have a little bit of touch up to do on some of this stuff. These aren't final plans. Looks like this right here will probably get deleted, and the door will be like right here, and that will swing open this way, and then all this will be usable space. We got a small vanity in here, toilet and tub. This line is not going to be here. That just marks where the roof is going to be at 5 feet, because this upstairs is going to be a vaulted ceiling all the way down to the wall, all the way up to the ridge. So this is like the 5-foot mark right here. And then same over here. This wall right here is the 5-foot mark. And then this right here, we'll see in a minute, but all of this right here is going to be a big dormer. And then this is going to be a dormer. And this is going to be a dormer. And we're thinking about adding a dormer right here too. This right here is going to be a wall, and then it's going to cover, basically just cover up, and we'll put an access panel in here, but it's going to cover up our vent that's going over the stove down there. Stove oven combo, or stove top, I guess is the best way to describe it. And that's going to vent everything from that stove up into here and then out. So that's an overview of all that. Here's our footer detail. So we did a couple footers right here to carry the load of the ridge beam. So the idea is we'll have one beam coming here and one beam coming here, hopefully. That's going to put our load coming down right here, coming down here, and coming down here. We had to do 2 here because of the stairs. So that beam will be able to come down onto another beam that will then get transferred to this wall and this wall, and then go straight down to these 2 footers here. If you want to make fun of me for any of this, go ahead. I designed all of this, created all of this, so make fun of it as much as you want. So this is our plumbing plans under the slab. So this is what we were looking at before. This is how we got all of our measurements, where the pipes need to go, and it's in the concrete and it's there. So this is how we found all the details. So yep, as you can see, gave this to the plumber, and they were able to get it done. Same thing with the electric plans. We actually did this part ourselves. We ran this little bit of electrical, there's just a conduit to kind of prep for the electric. Same with the propane, we did that ourselves. And all that is just running conduit so they can put this stuff in there later. So it's not really that big of a deal. But if you don't get it in the concrete before it's poured, then it is a big deal, because then you can't do it. All right, so moving down to our houses down here, our different views, our different elevations here. So this is going to be the side that's actually facing the main road. Don't pay attention too much here. This is kind of just like an example right here. It's not quite evened up yet. So we were thinking about this window here, and then we were kind of like, well, let's look at doing something like that because I think that looks pretty cool. And then this window, we originally had this size, but we're thinking about making it a little bit bigger. And then this is those front dormers here. This is that bigger back dormer. This is an egress window. So people upstairs have a place to be able to get out. All this stuff at the bottom here is kind of what we have in the plans right now. And then all this stuff on the top here are things we're kind of playing with to see if we can make everything look a little bit nicer with windows and stuff. So this is the side, this is the opposite side. So this is facing just the opposite direction of the main road. We're gonna have some of these nice long windows in there. I think it's gonna look pretty cool. Definitely a little different, but I think it's gonna look pretty cool. So, all right, and then we've got, I clicked a button there. All right. All right, so I think we're gonna do this top one here on this nice big window here. Nice double door for the front. Nice big window, the 3 dormers with some bigger windows in there. Again, this is the front of the house. And this is gonna be the back of the house. So that's that bigger dormer with that bedroom and a bathroom. For this one, I think we're just gonna do 1 window in the bedroom. And then we're gonna take this smaller window here for the bathroom also. I think that's gonna look nice. And then this window is gonna be for the kitchen, our back door coming out of the master right here. And then over here, I think we may end up doing just 1 big window here too, maybe. It's actually a little bit cheaper to do 1 big window than 2. So that's gonna be about it for that, for this one. Kind of got a nice overview of what the house is gonna look like. You can get to see that we're playing around with some different designs, see the floor plan, and just see kind of like an overview of all the work that goes into this ahead of time to try to get this stuff done. We're still gonna do some more plans. I'm gonna map out each of these elevations with like the actual studs for the framing and the different like king studs and jack studs, everything that needs the headers. We're gonna do all that, and we may even try to pre-cut some of this stuff because we have a lot of this wood already. So we're gonna pre-cut what we can, so we can get started on this maybe after these other couple projects are done. So maybe the next 3 to 6 months, something like that. We do have a budget for this, and we have a lot of our numbers figured out and stuff. We'll probably save that for another video. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment, like, make sure you guys subscribe to this so you get notified. Hit that bell so you get notified. We got videos coming out every single Friday, and we're about to get a lot of content. We are closing on another house tomorrow if everything goes right, and I think it's going to. It took a lot to get this one to the closing table, a lot of behind the scenes work that you just don't really see. Probably hundreds of emails, hundreds of messages back and forth. Just a lot of work to get this stuff done quick and fast and efficient, and have a lot of different people on board. So stay tuned, we got a lot of stuff coming out again. And again, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Real Estate Bros out.